One of the great things about the Adobe acquisition of Macromedia is that we now see some really good integration between the different products, especially programs like Illustrator and Photoshop. I don't know if you've ever tried to bring in an Illustrator document into Flash before, but sometimes it can be very difficult, especially if you have compound paths or masks, and these things would just fall apart. And I know some people that have spent hours and hours trying to get Illustrator documents inside of Flash. Sometimes the Illustrator tools are a little more powerful than the Flash drawing tools, so it makes sense to create a lot of your illustrations inside Illustrator and then bring them into Flash. But now, with the combination of the two in Creative Suite 3, we can actually import some really nice Illustrator documents. Let's have a look at this. Let's just bring one in right now. We're going to choose the File Import. And we have a choice. We can import it to the stage or to the library. If we import it to the stage, it'll appear immediately. If we import it to the library, it will be inside the library, but not seen on the stage. Let's just bring it directly onto the stage. And here we have a Illustrator document, and we're going to click Open. Now you'll see what happens is it recognizes that we are trying to bring in an Illustrator document. And you'll see here that all the different layers inside the Illustrator document are available. And this gives us the options to do different things. We can import some certain things, we can ignore certain things. As we select them here, we can see we have groups. We can collapse these groups. We can collapse them into layers. And here we can import them as a bitmap, or we can create a movie clip. We can go into the groups here, we can import them, or bring them in as movie clips. Let's bring all of these as movie clips. So it's going to bring the three of these together, and now notice as I do that, it hides a lot of those options. Yes, they're still there, but this makes this a little bit more manageable here. So we're going to bring these in. We're not bringing in this layer. It's turned off. If we want to bring it in, we just turn it on or turn it off. At the same time, we want to bring these in as movie clips. We could give them names and registration points. We've got an incompatibility report. We'll click that and see what's happening. This is just basically telling me that my Illustrator document was in CMYK, and Flash doesn't support CMYK. Now, if you wanted, you could change that Illustrator document to RGB and then import it again, and you'll get more accurate colors. In this case, it doesn't really matter. We've got some other options here. We can convert the layers to Flash layers or keyframes, or we can flatten the whole thing into one single Flash layer. Let's just keep them as Flash layers for now. And then we've got some other options here. We can place them in their original positions, and then we can change the stage size, and let's do that. That'll match the original document. We can import unused symbols, and those are the symbols that'll be inside the Illustrator document that are not visible. We don't want to bring those in. And also we could flatten the whole thing into a single bitmap image. Now that really doesn't make much sense to be bringing in a vector and then flattening it into a bitmap unless the vector is extremely complex. And in that case, it could actually be a lot less work on the processor of the computer to actually display a single bitmap. So let's click on Create Movie Clip for this one, and we'll create Movie Clip for that one. So each one of these groups now, or these layers actually, should I say, are going to come in as movie clips. So we click OK, and now Flash is going to import these, and notice our movie clips are there. Let's have a look at our whole fit in our window, and here we go. It's put it in its original position. Let's actually make this a little bit smaller because it's a pretty small document here. It's actually a pretty large document window, should I say. It's 1296 by 864, and I'm using a pretty small screen resolution right now. So of course these can easily be scaled being vectors, but as you see, each one of these groups has been imported into a layer. Now I can turn those layers off. I can move these around independently, and you can see now I've very easily brought these Illustrator images into Flash, and now I'm ready to work with them with very little effort.